A friend in the Amazon shared with me a story about one of their former friends who was egotistical and selfish and difficult. And I said, well, what do you mean? So they shared a story that didn't put their friend in a good light. And I said, well, what about forgiveness? And my friend said, oh, I've forgiven them. They're forgiven. I just don't talk to them anymore. I said, oh, so that other person is dead to you now? They said, well, what do you mean? Well, they no longer exist in your life? And that led to a story about Jesus teaching in Matthew 5. You've heard it said, you shall not murder. Whoever commits murder shall be answerable to the court. But I say to you, everyone who is angry with his brother shall be answerable to the court. Jesus spoke very sternly about difficult relationships. And the reason isn't because he wants to be this difficult taskmaster who asks us to do impossible things to prove our love for him. It's because God often uses difficult relationships in his plan. Joseph needed his brothers. David needed Saul to form into the leader he would become. Jesus needed the Pharisees to save creation. In all of these examples, God's people were overpowered by the people they were serving, and God's purposes were served. True servant leadership involves a relational commitment because we need each other. I encourage you to prayerfully consider whether God might have placed the person who irritates you in your life to help you become the mature, influential leader that God sees.